Hello, guys. So if you're a highly sensitive person who experienced trauma and wants to bring inner peace, abundance, health, and love, perfection into your life, then stick with me because that's what I'm doing in each video. I'm sharing not only my insights and how I got where I got, because I had to heal a hell of the trauma and also release tons of beliefs which were overwhelming me, which because of them I felt so alone and disconnected. And because I used to be Catholic, the only way I would deal with things would be praying and asking God for help. Of course, nothing worked. So then I left church when I was 33 and start to discover who I am. And it was difficult to discover who I am. It took me really many years when I start to get guidance from within myself and understanding the very thing I was afraid of as a Catholic. God, I am that. But that God which religion was teaching me is fake, is a lie. That person is the vision of the God which is created by a religion. That person is kind of psychopathic person. At the one side, all loving and unconditional. At the other side, just sends you to hell for eternity for one sin if you don't confess. So this is not God I'm talking about. This is man made up, or this is made up God. What I'm talking about is consciousness. I am. Is that life force? Is that what we are, what we come from? We are that particle of it. It's that what is fullness and absolute abundance and absolute love, which could not experience itself without contrast. And that's why it was created the opposite and the contrast, which is fear, lack, fear, which can manifest into the lack, into separation, into loneliness. So the reason why you feel separated or you feel lonely or you fear off is because your awareness, your consciousness is not attached. Your human consciousness is not attached to who you truly are. It might be because God could also divide himself into that who is experiencing and that who is that who is watching and that who has been watched. So so it's also you as a human and it's also you as a spirit. So for mind, it is mind-blowing, it is hard to comprehend. Nevertheless, the moment when we attach our awareness to fear, we experience loneliness and we experience sadness and we experience lack, suffering and pain. That's use the logic. It is how it is. So in order not to do that, you have to detach from false beliefs like I cannot, I do not, I don't know, I don't have, I cannot, I am not. This kind of way of thinking, maybe they are based on your experiences and traumatic experiences, and then you draw a belief out of it. But in order to move forward and experience the flow, you really need to learn detach from it and understand it's not you, it's fear-based. And the moment it's a healing process, because that part, which is inner child, needs your compassion, needs your time, needs to a listening ear, needs hug, needs to you need to feel that emotion sometimes, not always, especially when you experience traumatic experience around that belief, and you allow that emotion flush through your body and it neutralizes itself and it returns to you. So in short, what I want to teach you or I want to share with you, I co-create miracles using Heilstrom from German mystic and healer called Bruno Gröning. And let me read the way how he does it. So he believes there is It is actually the healing stream. So there is energy. Everyone has it. It's yours once. It's divine flow. But the moment when you go, even as a human God, if your awareness grows, and it's paradoxical, but you can do that because if even as a God and fullness of life, you can really attach your awareness to the fear. Because we go through the process of forgetting. Do you remember? So there is a flow within us, divine flow. And the moment when I'm thinking, let's say I want to manifest abundance, but I experience trauma around generational trauma when there was always lack. We had to fight for it. Your parents never had. And that generational trauma, when you think about abundance, your awareness goes into that belief like, I never had and I will never have, or I cannot have what I want. Because we always struggled, we always experience lack and struggle. So the moment when you think that thought and that you are tuning your awareness into that belief, whether you are aware of it or not, if you would be more conscious, and if you would lie down and relax, and you imagine that stream is there, it is light flow of the divine flow. It's yours. It's your energy for creation, and based on your understanding who you are, what you want, based on what you say you want, what you choose, what you know that you are, and you proclaim it, that energy projects itself and creates. Okay, so that divine flow light is within you. It flows through you in the center of your body, okay? Through the whole body. You can tune into it. Not only that, you can feel it. And you can do a test. If you are thinking the thought which is positive or good, related to who you truly are, that means I am abundance, I am health itself, I am fullness of life, I am joy, I am satisfaction, I am fulfillment. And no, it sounds stupid and simple at the same time, but that's who you are. If you think the thought, just check it for yourself. Then if you tune into your body and into that energy flow, you would really tune into that light within you, that flow of light. Now, because I was doing that and I was checking for myself. When I was thinking, when I was attuned into the not negative, traumatizing belief and thoughts about how I view what I can or can't have, when I tune into it, I noticed and sensed that that flow within me, that light, that energy flow within me was cut off. It was closed for that area. When for that area of my life, because for that area of life, I thought I cannot have, or because of my experiences, childhood experiences, or I cannot experience that because of that. And because of that belief, traumatizing belief, it cut me off from divine flow, because divine flow is I am, I can, I have. And the moment when you're out of it, I was attached to the fear, you are cutting off that divine flow within you. It's closed off. You are closing it off. It's like your command. It's not that it doesn't want to serve you anymore. It obeys. So the moment you say, I cannot, okay, the tap is off, is closed. So there is no flowing. So what I needed to explain that in order for you to grasp how to do this exercise correctly. Because religion is teaching that God and abundance and financial abundance and overflow has nothing to do together. And that's also very important. Whereas consciousness and absolute life force, that God I am relating to, which is you and me, is absolute abundance and absolute love. There are no rules whatsoever. There is no someone who approves whether you can have or can't have something, whether you can experience or you can't, just you. So if you are fighting with someone, it's just you, the particle of you, the inner self of you, the inner child of you who was taught by parents or authority, and suddenly there is that tape within you which says you can't, or you have to deserve it, you have to work hard, or you have to go to the doctors, or only doctors can heal that, or you must, I don't know, work in this sector, or you have to work at all. So these kind of thoughts are closing that divine flow within you. Okay, so let's going back to the idea. What I wanted to share with you is that God is absolute abundance and financial abundance, that money is God. And that's very important. When you are recovered Catholics, you might have many beliefs around abundance and money, which are based on fear, and you will need to release it because you are source of your abundance, source of your money. And you will have to really release all other ideas, even your own experiences from your previous years, based on your experiences. So Gröning, back to the Bruno Gröning thought that there is a universal divine energy available to everyone and everywhere. He said, to receive it, one must learn to tune in consciously, not by effort, but by quiet inner openness. Not by effort, but by quiet inner openness. Openness, openness, conscious openness. Conscious openness. So no matter what beliefs you've got, you go into the tuning and you open your heart and allow yourself consciously feel that flow. So he called this practice einstellen, meaning to tune in. When a person sits calmly, and now listen very carefully, opens the heart. That's the key. You open your heart. So you relax and open heart. And you only open the heart something you trust or you feel safe. So that's your God within. But if you think God within doesn't exist, or you are only human, you might have problem. If you think God is authority and you fear God, you might have problem. If you think God is not abundance, you might have problem. Do you understand why I am sharing more to it than only just Bruno's teaching? Because before I've had this kind of teachings and it had no effect on me other than it got worse, because I didn't understand that he's not referring to the religious God. He's referring to the consciousness, to the absolute life force, and you are that 100%. So when you're gonna to tune into it, tune into yourself as I am God, there is no other. I am source, there is no other. I am that I am. I am absolute abundance. I am absolute love. I am absolute satisfaction and fulfillment already. I am fullness of life. Or I am perfection. I am perfection. And don't let your mind fight it, please. You need to do it in calmness, because ego goes lentils or mental. It goes banana. So you sit calmly, you are in the stillness, open heart, turn your thoughts to the divine, and then Haustrom begins to flow through the body. You really are tuning into that flow, and it's felt as warmth, tingling, lightness, or deep peace, a tangible, can you hear me? It's a tangible sense of life force. It is a tangible sense of life force. So Bruno spent hours in silence, connecting with God within as a living present inside himself. He said the secret was trust, faith, and confidence. So the trust and confidence that the divine power is real and that it is already within you. But I have to add more, that you are God. There is no other. There is source, there is no other. And when your ego identity hears that, the ego, my identity, goes mental about it, cannot grasp it at all. So the way you do it, it's really in relaxation and in stillness. It's enough you know it, and then you release everything else, like I am just human, or I am human, because you are not. Or let's say you are human, you are ascended master, and you are God at the same time. And it's the same spirit, it's the same I am, it's the same God, which manifested as a human, as a ascended master, and as a just spirit. It's all the same. So, and he let the divine current flow through him, not from him. So it wouldn't be from effort. It's already there flowing, and you don't need to do anything. So there is no effort involved. Gröning saw health, joy, and abundance as natural results of alignment with these divine currents. He said that illness, fear, or lack are disturbances of that connection, what I already described with those beliefs and trauma. When the human being turns away from the source, and it really turns away from the source, when our awareness goes to the fear, that's all. When you say to yourself, when you really believe yourself, when you believe based on your traumatic experiences, based on someone taught you that you cannot, or you have not, or you don't know, or you are not, or you cannot be. So you don't need to search those beliefs. That's first. It's enough when you practice it with at the beginning, you tune into the stillness and relaxation. You move your awareness to your heart. Okay, let's do it with me. Do 3 deep conscious breath. Okay, open your hands and heart. So like do the gesture which shows that your arms are open and you trust and you surrender as a human. Because what you want to do, you want to become so empty as a human without any labels, any beliefs other than I am the source, I am God, I am fullness of life, I am absolute abundance, I am absolute love, I am perfection. Other than that, you want to drop. So therefore, you want to surrender. That means you're not gonna listen to your ego. You're not gonna listen to your other beliefs. You're gonna drop and surrender and be quiet and be still. Because you already had enough of disturbances from ego and fear, so or fear-based beliefs. So you open the hands and you open heart. And now say a few of those things which I said, because you need to tune into that what you really are. So I am perfection. I'm perfection in abundance. I'm perfection in love. Can you hear that? I am absolute abundance. I am absolute love. Can you hear that? And something within you will fight. It's not true. Don't relax into it and don't fight with it. Because when you really attach your awareness and knowingness into that you are that, then the others, you will start observe them rather than fight with them. And this way you detach from them, you start yawning, and you feel that something is dropping off. So that's also very fast way of detachment. And now feel the current flow through you. So you tune into that flow within you, into the feeling sensation of that light current, divine flow within you, which is corresponding to absolute abundance, absolute love, absolute satisfaction, absolute fulfillment. And just stay with it. Stay with it in 5 minutes. Stay with it in 10 minutes. Stay with it in 15 minutes. Do that exercise 1 time per day, 2 times per day, 3 times per day, or only when you think or feel you need it. But in this way, you are tuning into the divine flow and also understanding who you are by training your consciousness and dropping all human ego, fear-based awareness and consciousness into the I am source. There is no other. I am God. There is no other. I am perfection. I am perfection in everything. I'm fullness of life. And then tune into that flow and feel it. That flow represents all of it. So you can sort of feel yourself. How is it like to be that source? How is it like to be absolute abundance? How is it absolute health? How is it absolute love? You can tune into it and feel physical sensation of that warmth and light. And just align with it, embody that, feel it, still every cell of your body. Release the fear-based beliefs, release out of alignments, release the illnesses, release the lack, release everything which is not alignment with that divine light flow. Okay, I think we've done everything. We cover Bruno Gröning, and that's all from me. I wanted to share that a long time ago with you, but somehow I was putting it off. Now it's time to share it with you all. So go and have fun with it. Much love to you all, and see you here next time.